Airgun Leshy presents Critter Hunting during the full rut. Wow, my peers are up in the mountains chasing dreams. I'm in my backyard shooting every critter with nuts. All kidding aside, I find in early spring and fall that these guys are really skittish while looking for a mate and fighting off their rivals. They're not punch drunk like a big buck or elk. And yes, I fully appreciate the absurdity of this comparison. But hey, it's funny to think about these guys like a chipper bugling and me trying my best not to get winded. Anyways, throughout this video, I'm going to show you how you can use bait to help ambush these guys along the trails they create within your yard. It's important to recognize these trails, as a difference of just a few feet where you throw some peanuts out can make or break your success. I call this bush over here on the right the Old Lady Forest in previous videos. It's a main oasis for them where they feel safe as they dash between the yards. This first one is a good example of that. The Peanuts paw is this roof chewer and allows me the perfect broadside shot with the Dirty 30. I find that a headshot at this angle, while certainly effective, results in a really strong pass-through. So the Vitals is a perfect alternative. On a squirrel, you can use their shoulder as their point of impact. If you're a snowflake who's working your way through the Airgun Leshy rehab program, this shot placement will have no wiggling, so you won't feel as bad. This is another ambush spot over on these rocks. I need to be careful for pass-through here though, and if you look close you'll see why. I've got the low power tune on the Dirty 30 just absolutely dialed in. Look how perfect this 50 grain JSB flies. I caught this squirrel over on the table for one, and this one got away from me a little bit as I was still dialing things into the Dirty 30. It shows how much forgiveness the larger pellets have. I ran out there thinking that this one was a bad shot, but it was dead as a doornail. Look at the chompers on this guy though. You can understand how they could be so destructive. As I was dialing in the Dirty 30, squirrels were just coming from every which direction. So this is about as slow as I've ever run it. I was shooting the 50 grain at about 415 feet per second. It's a pretty big rainbow as you saw there. So while it was effective, it was going to make it hard to slip into tight areas with a trajectory like that. So I've since kind of brought it up to about 480. Let's get back into some chipmunks. Look at this little bully chasing that dove. His bully days were short, however, as I pinned him to the tree where the old table for one used to reside. This is about as humane as it gets. I mean, this thing is dead as it's fallen. I got this guy with the Layla in 2.5 with a 34 grain, but it's a good example of why I don't want that big loopy trajectory. So I was able to sneak one really into a tight little spot here and still nail this guy. I got the squirrel right between the eyes with the airgun Layla. Almost immediately after, I saw the rabbit out of the corner of my eye, and I smoked him too. This is where this multi-shot setup is really nice thing to have, and at 24 inches, the Layla is an incredible offhand machine. And for you long shooters, it's amazing too. Off arrest, this is a sub-MOA gun all day long. The Layla continues to be in heavy rotation as I smoke this next one, sitting on the table for one. The multicam setup with the Tacticams, and you'll see one up here mounted on the fence here in a second, allows me to show you guys the action from a whole bunch of different angles, and it's so easy. I just press this one button on the remote control, and all of them start filming automatically. Here's another chipmunk I got with the Dirty 30. Let's watch this one in super slow-mo. If you like shots like this, you should probably watch this video next.